Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Aquarius July 2020 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is, well, as far as July goes, the Sun will be in Cancer from the 1st until the 22nd. So the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on work, health, employment, one's daily routine. It could be service rendered, also on diet and fitness, an aunt or an uncle even. And given some cases, it might be worrying too. And given that this is a Cancerian energy, this may be done with a lot of dedication, devotion, and tenacity, and with a lot of sympathy as well, a lot of nurturing and a lot of care at the same time. And also too, and some of this might be done in a very introverted way, especially if you're in a situation now where if you're in this coronavirus situation where you might be more confined. This could be that time where you might be focusing on work that's more introverted and not really being outside, doing things more from home. And it could also be a time too, in some cases, this could shine a light, so to speak, on a Cancerian health-related issue. It could be something with the breast, the chest, or the stomach issue. And remember that this is the house of worrying too. So just be careful that there's no stomach issues or some ulcer or some issue that might be tied in that's Cancerian, like with the stomach, that might be tied in to worrying perhaps. So anyway, people. Next thing, well, as far as July goes, the Sun will be in Leo from the 22nd until the 31st. So the 7th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, for you Aquarius, this might be a time where you have a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on relationships, partnership situations, open adversaries. It could be legalities, legal opponents, negotiation, compromise, even reconciliation in some cases. It could be a grandmother, a significant other at this time, arbitration. And the fact that this is Leo energy, this may be done with, I would say, a lot of loyalty. It may be done with a lot of also confidence and self-assurance in a very spirited manner. And also, these issues may be done very loud and boisterous manner if you're dealing with open adversaries at this time, and also with a lot of that Leo-like ferocity. Now, this could also be a time too where it could really shine the light in some cases on a Leo, maybe a potential and prospective marriage partner, significant other. It may be a Leo Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Leo characteristics. It could also shine the light, so to speak, on a Leo open adversary. And again, it could be a Leo Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Leo traits. Remember that the Sun also can be associated with the father in astrology. This could be a time where sometimes it could be the father that could be a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person who embodies those characteristics that might present himself as an open enemy, or maybe might just simply figure prominently in a legal issue, or maybe something where you just it might be more in a partnership situation, or a person that you may be collaborating on a project with. So anyway. Well, the next thing up is there's going to be a lunar eclipse in Capricorn on July 5th. So the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, in some cases, this could be the end. I mean, you're talking about lunar eclipses in astrology. First, just a little briefing on it for those of you that may not know. Lunar eclipse basically, essentially, it's like a full moon. Sorry, excuse me. Hold on a moment. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, that a lunar eclipse in astrology is basically like a full moon, but it's only the effects may be more amplified and intensified. It could be, I mean, you're talking about where you might experience some kind of monumental, could be something very monumental may occur. It could be something that might have life-altering implications, and something where its effect is much more prodigious than a typical full moon. And in this case, I mean, you might, since we're talking about Capricorn 12th house energy, it could be the ending of a career that's 12th house related. Capricorn is the sign of career. It could be something with the metaphysical, which includes astrology or spirituality, or something with poetry, dancing, photography, chemistry, even maybe anesthesiology, anything that could be 12th house related, maybe prison work. And the thing about it is, it could also be a time to, in some cases, this could be about just some kind of negative or depressive situation, or some limitation that might have been tied into your secret sorrows, maybe coming to an end, or a limitation that was more tied into self-sabotage at this time. And in doing so, when you're talking about things like this, a lunar eclipse could be often be about endings, completions, and culminations, but they could also, and indirectly, may play a role in new beginnings. This could be, for example, this an ending may be tied in with you being more cognizant of what you need to do, excuse me, in your private life, and showing more, you could say, more seriousness, more consistency in it, or even spirituality, because that could be tied in with the 12th house. It could be too where responsibility, maybe to somebody less fortunate than yourself, may come to an end, and maybe this was something that was restricting your own personal life to some degree, and taking care of certain things that you may need to do for yourself, your own limitations. And also too, when you're talking about lunar eclipses, they could often be about the departure of a prominent female in your life. This could be somebody that may have been a prominent female that might have figured prominently in the private sector of your life. I would even say it could be an aunt in some cases, because that's what the 12th house could be considered. I mean, 12th house could be connected with an aunt, but it could simply be somebody that was a prominent friend, or maybe an authority figure that may depart at this time. But it could also set you up for some new beginnings, because remember that you're talking about lunar eclipses. Endings are not always the end of the world, figuratively speaking. They can signify new beginnings. So anyway, next thing up, there's going to be a new moon in Cancer on July 20th. So the sixth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Well, this can manifest in a number of ways. You might find yourself starting some new Cancerian employment at this time. It could be something tied in, it could be something with laundry, or doing something with cooking, culinary work, working in something where you're rescuing somebody, such as a lifeguard, doing home renovation, remodeling, siding, roofing, something that might be connected with the home, maybe a home organizer, especially if you have, like, say, you have Virgo prominent in your chart, you might have some organizing ability. But the thing too is, it might simply be the start where you might begin to nurture your health at this time, or show more dedication to your health, your fitness, your diet. There might be something too where you might be starting to incorporate more introversion in your daily routine, more so than usual at this time, Aquarius. And it might be a time too where you might even begin to do some kind of Cancerian service for others, whether it might be something with laundry or food or what have you, anything that could be Cancerian related at this time. In some cases, it could be rekindling maybe a connection with a Cancerian aunt or uncle, maybe a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Cancerian characteristics. So anyway, well, next thing up, well, Mercury will be in Cancer, so the sixth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, you might find yourself, Aquarius, extemporizing in speech, perhaps in your work, your daily routine. It might be in health-related matters, or maybe in communications with an aunt or an uncle. You might be at this time as well. Remember that Mercury is not just about communication, it could also be about siblings. This could be about Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant siblings, cousins, or neighbors, or ones that simply embody those traits that might figure more prominently your daily routine, your health. It could be matters pertaining to service. It could be issues with your pets or your fitness or diet at this time, and whether they're actually more beneficial or more to your detriment. A lot of that could be predicated and dependent on aspects that are made to points in your chart. A sextile or trine to your natal Jupiter, they might be more auspicious in those matters. An adverse aspect to your natal Saturn might be going the other way. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, this could also be a time where you might be doing some reminiscing at this time, Aquarius. It could be about work-related matters, things that have happened at your place of employment, or something with your health at this time. It could be matters with your diet, with fitness, with exercise, and something with pets. And you might also be, I mean, Mercury and Cancer energy sadly could be about where it may manifest in being despondent about, one's own dilemmas. So just be careful that you're not, incorporating that energy too much in your daily routine, because it could impact others' moods at this time, and how they feel. Because if you're being overly negative, of course, it could impact the other people in your daily routine. So, and remember, the sixth house is the house of worry as well. So, last but not least, Venus will be in Gemini, so the fifth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, this could manifest in a number of ways. This could be about the love, maybe being enamored with some Gemini-like sports. It could be like badminton, or even table tennis, because that requires quick reflexes and reactions, and that's what Gemini energy can be about. You might also find yourself spending money as quickly as you are earning it at this time, Aquarius. It could be on lovers, on children, maybe even trying to attain greater personal popularity, such as like if you're promoting yourself on a social media site, or it could be a time too where this could also manifest in having peaceful communications with lovers, with children, with people that figure prominently in your fun, your amusement, your enjoyment. It could also be about at this time where, if you're unattached at this time, Aquarius, you might connect with a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Gemini characteristics that might figure prominently in a hobby. It might be somebody that helps you attain greater personal popularity, or plays a role in your investments, or something of a speculative nature at this time. And Venus in Gemini, I believe, could also be about animated art as well. If that is something that you are interested in, it's something that you're going to find obviously more enjoyment with at this time, whether it's something you're actually just viewing or you're actually creating it. Because remember, Gemini energy could be about motion, mobility, about animation, and Venus can be associated with art. So those are some ways that this could manifest and pan out at this time. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.